And the results are in. As
Ladies,
of what?
ladies and gentlemen, I I regret to inform you guys, but unfortunately, the New York Yankees have been swept by the Houston Astros.
Unfortunately, I'm fucking popping bottles.
No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you guys! You guys suck!
You guys had this coming.
You
So
said
yeah,
you said you wanted Houston and you got him. You got him.
yeah, they got Houston all right. They got Houston.
They got
Um,
Houston.
Fair warning for those watching, I am a little bit sick, and that's why if I sound off, that's why.
Yeah,
I'll try not to cough up along too many times, though.
yeah.
In any case, the World Series is decided. The results are in. What what day was it that the Astros beat the Yankees for the last time?
Oh, Sunday. Both series ended Sunday.
Right. My brain's a bit addled because of the cold, but yeah, as of this Sunday, the Phillies secured their position in the World Series, 4-1 against the Padres,
Yeah.
and the Astros secured their position, like we said, against the Yankees, 4-0.
4-0. The Yankees didn't even stand a fucking chance.
It wasn't even close. I mean, there was one game where the Yankees had 5 points and
Yeah.
the Astros had six, but
Houston
the Yankees had a
fans,
very brief lead that game. It did not last.
it did not last. Also, Houston fans, don't get used to this. We're gonna be manifesting your demise in starting this Friday.
Starting right now for me,
Yeah, right now.
I've been saying the past few episodes that I hope the Phillies do something with beating the Cardinals, and well,
They
sure, they've already did something, but I hope that they go the whole 9 yards.
yeah.
It's really hard to say who will win, honestly, because every time I've said the Phillies will lose, I've been wrong.
Yeah.
However, the Phillies have lost 2 games, and the Astros have lost 0 games.
Yeah. But the Phillies have also not lost any games at home.
That is true. In the case of the Astros, the Mariners choked really hard because of Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
I don't know what went. Well, I don't know what went down in the Yankees games fully.
Me neither. They were so boring that I fell asleep.
In any case, it's not exactly rocket science. The Astros have really good defense, and the Yankees don't.
Yeah. The Astros have really good pitching and defense and really good offense, and the Yankees only had really good offense.
Yeah, the min-maxing only takes you so far.
Yeah.
The crap, what was I saying?
I will say the Padres, they got blessed by the rally goose, and then they got cursed by those four Padres fans who were singing some dumbass song about the Padres beating the Phillies.
It seems like everything that's supposed to rally a specific team always does the opposite. The rally goose, the Dodgers thought that was their blessing.
No.
Philly is going down to golden brown. Uh, I don't think a statement could age worse.
Yeah.
In fact, it aged so poorly it basically died in the womb.
Yeah, it was like
Mind you, at least the Padres got one win.
yeah,
That's more than the Yankees can say.
one more. Yeah, they
And
got
the
one more
Yankees
win than the Yankees did.
and the Yankees couldn't even well, the Yankees didn't even get one sweep
Yeah,
because Yankees versus Guardians was close.
yeah. That one went to a game 5.
So it seems fairly
It seems
it seems like a given to me that the Yankees were losing.
yeah. I thought they would have at least gotten a game. I would have been angry about it, but like, you know,
Yeah, but the Yankees didn't have nearly as much steam as the Astros. Now
yeah.
that's my one concern is that the Phillies might lose steam first
Yeah. That's
because they can keep momentum, but they allowed the Braves and the Padres to win.
yeah. There is an interesting tidbit though.
Yeah,
And that is this tweet by at Big Dumper PM.
big dumper.
At Big Dumper PM. And
Wait,
this tweet and this
is that the Mariners guy?
Big Dumper
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not him.
Oh, just a fan of
It's
him.
just a fan. It's just a fan of the Mariners in general. Anyways, he has a tweet up from 2019, and it goes as follows: My predictions for the next 10 World Series champions. Copy and paste. 2020 Dodgers. Guess who won in 2020?
The Dodgers?
Yes.
Then it was the Braves in 2021.
2021 Braves. Braves have
2022 Phillies, I see.
Phillies. So there is hope. And then he
That is
has,
that
and
is some terrifying clairvoyance.
yeah, and then there are some like other, there's some other years like 2023 will be Mariners, 2024 will be Padres, 2025 will be Mariners, 2026 will be Giants, 2027 will be Angels, 2028 will be Marlins, and 2029 will be Orioles. Don't see the Pirates, Mets, or Cardinals anywhere here though. So, uh,
We'll see how well those go.
we'll we'll
Uh, I'll see you on like episode like 230 or something.
yeah, it'll be hell if the 2022 one even is correct and it's the Phillies.
That'll be impressive,
That
yeah.
will be impressive.
And
Just
it'll be probably another 2 episodes before we find out.
yeah,
Unless we don't get to record until next Thursday.
maybe. Uh,
Though, hopefully, I think it would be I think it could be interesting to have an episode in the middle of the World Series.
yeah. We'll most likely get that though because the World Series doesn't start until Friday, and then it's Saturday, and then they take Sunday off, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday they'll be in Philly.
Well, it seems like we'll be in Philly for most of it.
Well, no, cause usually how these best of 7 games go, you have the first two be in the higher seeds home, which would be Houston in this case,
Oh, I see.
and then game 3, 4, and 5 if necessary, uh, they'll be in the lower seeds home, which would be Philadelphia. And then game 6 and 7, if those games are truly necessary, which so far they haven't been, they'll be back in the higher seeds home, which would be Houston.
Come to think of it, it's like what Padres and Mets and Guardians and Yankees are the only games, or the only ones that have gone on
Yeah,
that long.
for like the full thing. Yeah, the Mets and Padres went all three in the best of three, and then Guardians and Yankees went all five in the best of five. And then neither championship series went all seven. So we'll see. We'll see if maybe this one will go all seven.
Or it'll be a sweep, and everyone will be sad when the Astros get their World Series trophy, except
Yeah,
for the five people supporting them.
yeah. They'll
I think it's safe to say there'll be a lot of Yankees fans praying for their downfall.
yeah. I think this
It's
is
the
the
one time I'll agree with them on anything.
yeah, this is the one time where Yankees fans and everyone else in the country who isn't a fan of Houston will be agreeing on something. Like
Once again, it's the United States versus Texas.
yeah. Yeah. There is another interesting tidbit. It's that
Yeah.
it's that Houston, you know, has been to 4 World Series uh so far. Well, 5 if we count this one, but the results haven't come in for this one, so I'm not counting it. 4 other times. They've only won once out of those 4 other times. Actually, no. This would be the 4th time. My bad. I did my
Fourth
math
time,
wrong.
fourth time they've made the World Series.
4th time they've made the World Series. I
So
did
the
my
three times they've made it in the past, they've only won once.
the 3 times they've made it in the past, they've only won once. They won in 2017. They made which we know is the whole cheating scandal. So that one, uh, probably that one most people wouldn't count, but I guess we should still count it. It's a tainted championship.
Yeah,
And then 2019 they lost, and 2021 they lost. The teams they lost to: the Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. Guess what division they're in?
well, the NL East.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. The Phillies are also an East Division team. It seems the Astros do not know how to play against NL East teams.
Yeah. Although we don't know. We don't know.
Mhm.
It could this could be different. This could be different.
Could be.
God,
The Astros have a lot of incredible players right now.
God, don't let it be different. It'll be so funny if they lose.
Yeah, I'm praying for it. Don't get me wrong.
We are manifesting their
Comparing
downfall.
comparing their playoff history, I've mentioned it in previous episodes that the Phillies last made the playoffs. Not the Phillies last made the playoffs 11 years ago. They
Yeah.
last won the World Series 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Uh, Now they made the World Series 13 years ago, but they lost it.
Yeah.
They lost it to the Yankees, in fact. How the mighty have fallen on that
How
one.
how the mighty have fallen. I think
Just
that
like the
World
Cardinals,
Series.
who beat them the next year. Well, not the next year, just like the Cardinals, who beat them 2 years later in 2011. Uh, pretty much all the teams that, all the teams that humbled the Phillies are watching them soar right now. And if I were a Phillies fan, I'd feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd be damn proud.
This is a good year, no matter what happens.
Yeah. Even if the Phillies don't beat the Astros, they still made the World Series, and only two teams can say that in a year.
Yeah.
And with the Astros, that's not going to be that impressive. They're the usual suspect. They're like some of the usual suspects.
Yeah. These are the last 10 AL champions. So the last 10 uh, AL participants in the World Series. In 2023, you had the Boston Red Sox. 2014, you had the Kansas City Royals. 2015 are the Royals again. 2014, the Royals lost to the Giants. 2015, they beat the Mets. 2016 was the Cleveland Guardians. We all know how that went. Houston Astros made it 2017. Uh, Boston Red Sox made it 2018. Astros in 2019. The Tampa Bay Rays in 2020. And then the Astros have made it the last 2 years in 2021 and 2022. So yeah, they're the usual suspects for the past 5 years, I'd
The
say.
Rays sure have fallen. They got swept by the Guardians. Mind you, they did not hand it to the Guardians. The Guardians had to rip it out of their cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
15 innings. And then the Astros and the Mariners were like, what if we did 18?
Yeah.
They beat the Mariners 3-0, but it should say 4-0. Maybe 3, or maybe even 3-1. Because the Mariners just decided they didn't want to lose that game.
Yeah.
But nobody gives a shit what they wanted, I guess.
Oh, hey, look at this. Heston Jerstad uh, smashes a 412-foot home run to retake the Arizona Fall League home run leaderboard. That's a player for, I'm guessing, the Baltimore Orioles, because the Orioles are being tagged in the video. So that's
Oh,
pretty
sweet.
neat. That's pretty neat.
They almost made the playoffs this year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did almost make the playoffs.
But was it that they lost or the Blue Jays won? Because I remember the Blue Jays pushed them out of the spot.
Uh, it wasn't that they lost, it was that the other three teams won.
Yeah. So the Rays and the Mariners and the Blue Jays did better.
Yeah. I feel like while the Orioles probably wouldn't have made it far. Actually, no, that's a lie. They could have made it farther than the Rays. The Rays or the Blue Jays, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Apparently, the Phillies made the 24-hour record for NLCS winter merchandise sales.
really.
Yeah, the last time this happened was the Cubs in 2016.
Damn. People are ready for uh Philly.
Oh yeah, the Phillies have absolute the Phillies, their morale is like through the roof.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh boy. I can't
And
wait
that's
for."
one thing I think they definitely have going for them
Yeah.
is that the Phillies the Phillies things are electric at their stadium.
Yeah. Teams just can't seem to win there.
It's the power of the crowd, really.
Yeah.
Psychology means a lot more in sports than one would think.
Yeah. I'm thinking, this is my thought here. If the Phillies can get a win in Houston, game 1 or game 2, they can make it they either make it 1-1 or my preferred scenario 2-0. They pretty much can win it. If they get at least one game in Houston, if they at least get one game in Houston, I feel like their chance at making the not making the World Series, winning the World Series becomes a higher chance, because then you'll have the next 3 games in your home where nobody has beaten you yet in the postseason.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree there.
If they can get at
I
least
think
one, their shots at winning like go higher.
though, what happens though if they don't?
Uh, if they don't, then they gotta make sure. Then if they don't, then even if they do win at Philly, they go right back to Houston for Game 6 and or 7.
Yeah, no, that'll be a rough time for them. So definitely, here's hoping that they get at least one win in Houston.
Yeah, one win in Houston, Game 1 or Game 2. If that happens, they their shots they have a shot to win it, even if they don't win in Houston. It'll just be noticeably harder.
Yeah, but this is a team that spits in the face of the odds being against them.
Yeah, that is true. They're like, oh, the Cardinals are the NL Central champs. Okay, bulldozes.
God,
Oh,
yeah, that one
oh,
wasn't even a fight.
the Braves are the reigning World Series champs. Bulldozes. Oh, the Padres just beat the Dodgers, who are the best team in baseball, and also are riding this super big morale booster. Bulldozes.
Yeah, the Phillies are right now an unstoppable force.
Yeah,
And I think the best way the Astros, in order to win, the Astros will have to become an immovable object.
yeah. Only a brick wall could stop you. Its name is the Phillies.
Yeah.
Oh man. But
In any case, I am very excited for the World Series on Friday.
yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. It's just gonna be one
Only
of
on Fox though, which is a shame. I don't even have a TV.
yeah, it's rough.
That's where the postseason gets you because
Because
otherwise you can just watch on MLB TV. But
yeah, I mean we can, but like
that's what I've been doing because I am Canadian and
yeah,
too poor for a TV. Well, I
it's
mean, I have a TV. I'm too poor for cable.
yeah, yeah. We just start a GoFundMe to get you cable.
God, I wish. I would love to. I would love to be able to set that up in the nick of time and watch the World Series on my big screen because I do have a pretty big TV.
It's a, it is a fairly huge TV. I have not seen it myself personally, but
Well, I can attest that if I put it on its side, it would be about the size of me.
ah,
Well, maybe not that tall, but what am I saying? I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'2". But
I mean, no,
yeah,
that's still pretty big for a TV.
true.
Mine is like it's kind of big, but I don't know how big. It's not too big as to where the entire TV stand is just like the entire top of the TV stand is just the TV. Like I also have my Wii and my Switch on it,
Yeah,
but
all my
like
stuff. Yeah, all my stuff has to be under in the the shelves under the stand.
okay. I
But
also
I
have
haven't even turned this thing on in a good while. I used it for my video games, PS3, Wii, and all that.
yeah.
But I haven't thought to do that in a bit. So whoever wins or loses,
Whoever wins or loses the World Series.
what do you think that? What do you think? How do I put it?
Oh hey, it's Boston Red Sox legend Pedro Martinez's birthday today.
Oh well, happy birthday, Martinez.
Happy
I guess
birthday
what I
to
was going to
Pedro.
ask is how do you think things are going to look next year?
Next year, um, next year, a lot of changing of the guard is going to be happening. You know, uh
For,
a lot of
for how
good
many teams are we talking here?
a few teams, a few bad teams becoming good, a few good teams becoming bad. You know, you'll
I,
still have
I
your
know there's a number of play. I know there's a number of Mets that are leaving.
yeah. We'll have to see if the Mets are able to re-sign a lot of their guys or not. Because if not, they might actually be bad next year. Which,
Yeah, and it's a worrying next year for the Cardinals too.
yeah, they have a lot.
Molina, Pujols, and Goldschmidt are all out.
Goldschmidt,
Oh, did I introduce someone else?
I think you might have meant Wainwright.
Yeah, I meant mine right. I don't
Yeah,
know why I keep getting those two confused.
yeah. But the thing about the Cardinals is they still have a really good farm system, and they still have really good prospects. So I wouldn't be too worried about the older guys leaving because they have newer guys to replace them, which sounds a bit like
It,
cathartic in a way, but
I get what you mean.
yeah,
In any case, I guess for them, there's no telling for sure, but
yeah. There's no
the
telling.
future doesn't look dark for them.
Yeah, a team where their future does look dark, however, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, what's with them?
I feel like I feel like this next coming year will be their last chance to prove that they're not just a team because they've had like I think 2019 they've had 4 years now to prove something and they haven't. 2019 they made it all the way to the NLCS or maybe it was 2018. I don't remember. No, it's okay.
Prove what exactly that
Okay,
they're not one of the
it was
bad teams?
2018. They had 28 yeah, that they're no, that they're one of the good that they're one of the teams where it's like oh yeah, we could win a World Series, we could win a championship with the core that we have. Because if not,
Yeah,
they're
true. They've got a lot to prove because they're an NL Central team, which for the most part is a bad sign.
yeah. It's because like 2018, they made it to the conference series, and I believe they lost to the Dodgers. Let me see.
Yeah, and I guess that's just about any team. Anybody could lose to the Dodgers anytime.
Brewers.
I think the Padres were just the best possible team to go up against the Dodgers this year because they seem to be the team that understands how to beat them.
I'm gonna get up. Okay. So in 2018, they make the playoffs. All right. They made it all the way to the championship series. They lose to the Dodgers. All right.
Yeah.
And then 2019, they make it to the postseason again, the wild card game against the Nationals, and they lose.
They lost to the Nationals. That's sad.
Yeah, but the Nationals did end up winning the World Series that year, so
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it's like looking in a mirror for me.
yeah. Uh, it's not showing me the postseason results for 2020, but I'm pretty sure they lost.
Lord knows the Brewers lost.
Oh yeah, they lost a 2-game series against the Dodgers.
Damn. Yeah, they didn't even have a chance. I guess yeah, this next year is the only real chance the Brewers have to prove that they're not just like another gutter trash NL Central team.
Yeah, and then last year they lost to the Braves, and then this year they were eliminated from the playoffs to be altogether. So yeah, they have a lot to prove. I
I
think,
remember that, yeah, they were just barely pushed out by the team that's making the World Series right now.
yeah, is it me or does it feel like ever since 2018 the Brewers have just been like uh outmatched by the team that could, or actually counting 2018, that will either they've just outmatched by a team that will either make the World Series or win the World Series.
I guess they just got some pretty bad luck.
Because in 2018 they lost to the Dodgers, they made the World Series, lost to the Red Sox. 2019 they lost to the Nationals. The Nationals beat the Astros in the World Series. 2020 they lost to the Dodgers again. The Dodgers won the World Series against the Rays. And in 2021, they lost to the Braves, and the Braves beat the Astros in the World Series. So it's a pattern. And then this year they got eliminated thanks to the Phillies, who made the World Series this year. So yeah, the things in Milwaukee is
Phillies
just
really did come in at the last possible second to the playoffs were basically closed,
yeah.
and it seemed pretty certain that the Brewers were getting in.
They had a chance. They had
They had
like
a chance. They totally blew it.
they blew it. You blew it, man. You blew it. But yeah, they just did not even stand a chance, bro.
Ah, well, it's no skin off my back the less I gotta look at their like craft dinner looking uniforms, the better.
Yeah. Uh Another team that could be a team that just blows it all up and starts from scratch could be the San Francisco Giants. because they didn't make the playoffs this year, and they didn't make the
It
playoffs
was usually
the
pretty
last
good.
the last 2 years. They made it last year. They made it last year, and they were the best team in all of baseball. But they lost to the Dodgers because of bad umpiring. Pretty much, is what it all went down to.
Yeah, the San Francisco Giants definitely sound like they're in need of reform.
Yeah. Uh.
I think the Blue Jays should really think about changing out a lot of their team as well because the Blue Jays got this far and shit the bed immediately, and it
Yeah.
was a little embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know
For
if
all
they.
intents and
I don't know if
purposes,
they
they
need
should
to.
have gotten at least one game on the Mariners.
Yeah. I don't feel like the
This is a
Blue
team that
Jays
can
should
compete
just.
with the
I don't feel.
Yankees.
Yeah. I don't think the Blue Jays should. You know, take out any of the guard that they have right now. Maybe add a few more pieces during free agency, and you know, just try to go from there.
Yeah,
Because they.
admittedly, I couldn't name who should be taken out anyway.
Yeah. It's like.
I know the answer to that for the Mets, and thankfully, some of those people are on their way out.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Taiwan Walker.
Goodbye, Taiwan Walker. Watch him go to a different team and then actually be really fucking good.
That would crush me.
Okay, but
I
what
can
if
only wonder who'll take him though.
uh well, I mean the Cardinals have room for a pitcher.
Oh yeah, I guess they do, huh?
Yeah, and they seem to be the kind of team that can just re- restart a struggling pitcher's career.
Definitely, yeah. So the Cardinals are simply that kind of team. They have all of the makings of a great team.
Yeah.
They just need to figure out how to put those pieces together to make a beautiful jigsaw puzzle picture.
Yeah. I think they'll figure it out sometime this decade. A team I'm
Hopefully next year.
Yeah. Another team that I hope will be good next year is the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think they'll do way better than they did last year. Uh or this year. They already did better than they did last year. They got one more win than they did last year. So congratulations, progress.
You could start popping bottles if next year they don't lose 100 games.
Yeah, if we stay at double digits for losses, since I'll be 21 at that point, I'll just grab a bottle of uh I'll just grab a bottle of white wine and just, you know, drink to that.
How many other teams got 100 losses? I know the Nationals did.
The Nationals did, the Athletics did, and the Reds did. The Reds and the Pirates have the same record.
Um, oh yeah, I think the Reds and the Pirates share the third worst score, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember the Athletics have the second worst score, but we said I don't think we ever said it on the record, but we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And essentially, the consensus we reached is that the Athletics are the real worst team because the Nationals have potential to
Yeah.
throw big teams off, and the
Yeah.
Athletics don't.
Yeah. That's the Nationals also have way better prospects uh than the Athletics do, mostly because of the Juan Soto trade that they did at like the deadline.
I bet the Padres are loving that.
Yeah, well, they got something out of it at least. They got one of the best players in the league and a pretty good first baseman slash designated hitter that is going to be asking for a contract after this year, I think. So, could be worse.
Definitely a very good trade for the Padres.
Yeah. It also is a very good trade. This is the problem with this trade is that I don't really know who won or lost this trade yet. So far, the Padres have won this trade. That could very well change in the next 3 years if, the Padres haven't won a World Series yet, and then Juan Soto goes to a different team in free agency.
I guess that's to be seen. I personally think next year the Padres will probably make the playoffs again.
Yeah, that's especially since they'll be getting another one of their better players back, like Fernando Tatis. Uh, he did a stupid and got suspended for 80 games using performance enhancing drugs to try and get rid of something called ringworm. I think is his story.
Oh. Yes, the perfect cure for ringworm, Saint Eroids.
Yeah. So he got suspended for 80 games. He'll be gone next year for about a month. But once he comes back, I feel like the Padres will be one of those teams that are like, oh man, these guys could definitely beat the Dodgers. They already did it this year without him.
Here's hoping that here's hoping that he
Doesn't
learns that lesson and
he
says
learns
no.
he learns that lesson. Say no to drugs.
I mean, come on, you're the Padres. Your mascot is a friar.
Yeah.
What's his name? Father Chicken Nugget or something?
Father Chicken Nugget.
Father Nugget?
I think that might
Hold
be
on.
his name. What would Father Nugget say about you using PEDs?
Swinging Friar, that's his name. I
Okay.
was wrong. In any case, Swinging Friar, like, what would he say? He's a good Christian. And not like the usual kind of good
Oh.
Christian says they're a good Christian. He's a good Christian, I think. I don't know. I mean, he looks a bit like Martin Luther, and he's definitely less uncanny than some other mascots that we've seen.
Okay.
What's up?
I saw this on Twitter. According to Ken Rosenthal, who is a baseball writer, he's a baseball reporter. According to him, the Marlins are hiring Skip Shoemaker as their manager.
I'm not familiar with who that is.
I'm not either. Let me look him up.
I know that the Rangers also got a new manager recently while the
Yeah,
postseason's going on.
yeah.
I wonder if that'll mean good things for them. Lord knows they need it. The Rangers are a often forgotten team because if you're playing baseball in Texas, how are you gonna choose the Rangers over the Astros, you know?
Yeah. Uh, apparently he was
Similar
the
thing,
apparently he was the bench coach for the St. Louis Cardinals.
huh? When? This year?
Well, the Wikipedia page hasn't been updated yet, so I would assume this year.
Yeah, probably. On that note, like regarding the Athletics, yeah, like the Athletics are in an unfortunate position because they're a California team, the state that has some of the best teams,
Yeah,
like three of them.
yeah. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If there's anything that's not going to change, it's probably the Dodgers. They might get different players, but the Dodgers are masters of stagnance.
Yeah,
They know how to get good trades and good prospects, and they will probably continue to be a devastating force in the NL.
Oh,
And
he played.
honestly, I suspect the same of the Astros.
Yeah.
Speaking of American League and players moving around, do we have any news on Aaron Judge? Because he said that he would put himself out there, and the New York Yankees would have to pay him more than they initially offered for him to stay.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Any news on Aaron Judge?
Unfortunately, he only took the Yankees so far.
Yeah. Uh, there's nothing. Uh, there's nothing about him, but a Bleacher Report 3 hours ago put a article on the top 10 landing spots for him.
Oh, what do they have to say?
Uh, they think, okay, so according to their list, they have number 10 as the Minnesota Twins because last year they signed Carlos Correa to middling success. In fact, I think Correa is uh, optioning out of his deal that he just got to test the market again. Number 9 would be the Texas Rangers. Number 8 would be the Miami Marlins, which I agree with. I feel like he'd be a perfect fit for the Marlins.
He would be.
They already
And I think that he could make the Marlins a good team. I don't think he could do that for the Twins or Rangers, though.
no, not really. I mean the Twins have some good players. They just can't stay healthy. It feels like. And then the Rangers also have some good players, and they've got some good prospects too. And they just signed a World Series winning manager, but no, I don't think he'll do much in Rangers either. But Miami, I feel like he could do some damage in Miami. Number 7 is the Boston Red Sox, which I guess that could work. It would be really funny too, just for the Yankees to bitch about one of their star
Yeah.
players going to the Red Sox. A reverse Babe Ruth, if you will.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, okay. Number 6, they have number
I
6
don't I
being the
don't care
St.
for the
Louis
Red Sox or
Cardinals.
the Yankees, but I love to see them get angry at each other.
Yeah, it's watching them fucking destroy each other during the season is like really good. Uh, this is an interesting one. For number 6, they have the Cardinals.
Huh. I mean, I could see it.
I could too.
I think that he would be a perfect fit for Pujols' place.
Apparently, they were contenders in getting Juan Soto before he was traded to the Padres.
The Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals.
Man, what could have been? Soto would have been so good for the Cardinals.
He would have, but at the same time, you would have gotten rid of a lot of your farm system. But get if you guys get Judge in free agency, yeah, you'll have a bigger payroll, but you'll still have your farm.
And we'll have a good ass hitter.
Yeah, exactly.
So at that rate, the Padres can keep Soto if we can have Judge.
Yeah. Oh God, they have the Cubs at number 5. Why would the Cubs go after him?
That's strange.
I mean, I get the Cubs were a better team.
They were one of the teams that were a little higher up on the playoff ladder, but they still didn't make the cutoff point.
Yeah, they still got eliminated pretty early, but like they did play spoiler for a couple of playoff teams, including the Mets. Speaking of the Mets, they're number 4 for landing Aaron Judge on this list.
I don't remember what which of the hitters on the
Oh,
Mets are going. Oh, just in time.
hello, Cam.
You came in just as we're talking about the Mets.
Yeah, you heard us. Hello?
Oh,
Oh, okay. Never,
must
never
be
mind.
having
Never
disconnecting.
mind.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. All right. Anyways, the Mets.
But
Uh,
yeah, I don't remember which Mets batters are leaving.
uh,
I remember the pitcher is going into free agency,
yeah,
or DeGrom, Walker.
yeah.
I don't
Apparently, one of their bigger hitters, the only bigger hitter that's leaving, is Brandon Nimmo. So if they don't sign him, uh, they'll need someone to be with Marte and Mark Canha. So I
I
guess,
think that Judge would be a great fit for that.
yeah. Oh God. Number 3 is the Dodge.
Alternatively, he could be he could be a new designated hitter. Because we've got to find a better position for Vogelback, I think, for the Mets.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know how much.
Vogelback is too vulnerable to counterplay, and it's a bit of a shame because he's great whenever he does get to shine.
Yeah, I guess the problem with Vogelbeck is there's not really much you can do with him other than put him on at first. But you already have Pete Alonso at first,
That's true, yeah.
so it's a little tough with that. I feel like Francisco Alvarez, the number 1 prospect in the MLB, could still be very good.
True, we still haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah, we've only gotten like
He
6.
basically got onto the Mets when the season was over.
Yeah, they brought him in as like a as to help with as like a final push for the division. It didn't work really, but you know, I can't really blame him.
Hmm.
The pressure must have been on for him to
Yeah,
perform.
I mean, losing to the Braves is standard procedure for the Mets.
Yeah.
Still, though, I maintain the Mets could have gotten farther. The Mets could have gotten to the NLCS if they had gotten the 2 seed.
Okay, so here's
The
the
four
thing.
seed is just a terrible position for them to be in. Sorry, you were saying?
I don't understand this putting the Mets here because they put the Mets here to get Aaron Judge, but at the end it says but it's unclear if the Mets can realistically rebuild the starting rotation since, you know, DeGrom is opting out, Bassett, Carlos Carrasco, and Taiwan Walker also potentially leaving via contract options. Uh, it's like it's unclear if the Mets can realistically rebuild the starting rotation and shell out the type of contract it's going to take to add Judge. So why did you put them on here?
That is a great question.
You could have at least put him at like 8, maybe.
So who's on third then?
The Dodgers.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, well, let's just skip that one. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Oh, number 2, the Giants.
You know what? I agree with that. The Giants definitely are a team in need of reform,
Yeah,
and I think Judge would be a good piece of that puzzle.
yeah.
Also, welcome back, Cam.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hello, I came here to talk, and the first thing I hear about is the Mets.
Yeah, exactly.
You came just in the nick of time.
Yeah,
We were talking
we're
specifically
talking
about
about the top 10 landing spots for Aaron Judge ahead of the MLB free agency. Apparently, according to Bleacher Report, at least, the Mets are at number 4 for
Bleach
landing
Report
him.
is wrong. We need to keep things like DeGrom and Bassett.
That is true. They did say at the
I
end
did say so that it would be
they
hard for the Mets to realistically keep
rebuild
their
rebuild the
agent.
rotation, the starting rotation, and shell out the type of contract it's going to take to add Judge, which confuses me because then why would they be at number 4? Why wouldn't they be at like number 8 or 9 or maybe even 10? Maybe an honorable mention or something. But anyways, the Dodgers.
Honorable mention, the Mets.
Yeah. But anyways, the Dodgers were at 3, so we're ignoring that. Number 2 would be the Giants. And I kind of agree with that. Like I could see it. I could see the hometown boy going to the team that he probably was a fan of. He could have been. I don't know. I don't know his personal life.
Hard to say. I mean, I'm Canadian, and I never grew up a Blue Jays fan. I mean, I like the Blue Jays, so I'm not a Blue Jays fan.
Yeah.
I sure hope Canada gets more teams in the future because having the Blue Jays shoulder the entire burden of Canadian baseball watchers, that's a lot of people. Canada
Yeah.
has a lot of people in it. Not
And a
nearly as
lot of
much as the United
disappointment.
States, to be fair.
Yeah.
Also true, a lot of disappointment. They really did shit the bed against the Mariners.
Yeah.
And that was like, that came as a shock to me because of the fact that the Blue Jays were doing fairly well against the Yankees at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But the Mariners had momentum. They heard they made the playoffs and they just rocketed into. They just fucking skyrocketed in performance.
I like.
It's a shame that they ran right into the meat grinder known as Houston.
Yeah. I like what Bleacher Report put at the end of the Giants one, where it says, if anyone is going to push the Yankees into an uncomfortable position financially in the Judge negotiations, it will be the Giants. Which I don't know if I fully agree with it, but I do feel like the Giants do have some money they could spend.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have very many good players. According to this, they used 13 players in the number 2 spot in the batting order and 14 in the number 3 spot, and only had 183 home runs this year. And that's like the entire team.
I don't know the statistics that well. I'm guessing 183 is really, really not a lot.
Considering the fact that last year they led the NL with 241 home runs, then yeah, it's not a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Who's on the number 1 spot in that list, though?
Let's find out. Number 1 team in home runs. Oh, the Yankees. Oh wait, no, that's home runs per game.
Oh, I meant the Bleacher Report article.
Oh, it doesn't say on the Bleacher Report article.
They don't have a number 1 for Aaron Judge prospects? Well, not
Oh.
prospects. They don't have a number 1 for
Oh
landing.
wait, no, I thought you were talking about who was number 1 for the home runs. Sorry. Number
No.
one is the Yankees.
These guys really want Aaron Judge back in the Yankees.
Well, no. They just think it's the most likely scenario, which I guess I could agree with, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it, but I also kind of don't because Aaron Judge didn't
I
take
feel
the
like
Yankees
I feel
that
like
far in the
if another team pays him more than the Yankees are willing to offer him, then that's just how it's gonna be.
I think the performance of the Yankees in the postseason this year has been a little embarrassing, and I think it casts a long shadow for the Yankees in the next year.
Yeah, I feel like a lot. I feel like uh this offseason is going to be wild, mostly because they're going to be all eyes are going to be on Aaron Judge, and we're going to see where he goes. Will he stay with the Yankees? Will he go to San Francisco? Will he go to Los Angeles? Uh, will he go just across, a couple blocks away in Queens to the Mets? Will he go to the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Red Sox, the Marlins, the Rangers, the Twins? Who knows? It's anybody's guess as to where Aaron Judge will go.
And wherever he goes, I sure hope it's not staying with the Yankees,
Yeah,
because I think he's tying himself to a sinking ship there.
yeah.
I hope that the Mets don't cash out just because Judge and his fancy little home runs are there. I think they should just cash out and trying to keep Bassett and DeGrom and all the others.
That is a fair point.
It's a solid team. It's a solid
Walker.
team.
I think they should let Walker walk out of the team.
Yeah. I feel like
Let Walker walk.
I feel like if the Mets do end up retooling the pitching staff, so it's not just Max Scherzer and a couple of other scrubs. If they get some decent guys in their pitching rotation that they can use, like if they get DeGrom back or Bassett back, or maybe get players who could be better than those two, like I think who is it? Is it Aaron Nola for the Phillies who might be a free agent?
I don't remember.
I don't know. There might be better pitchers out in the market that the Mets could go for, and if they do and they still have enough to go for Judge, I say you take it. I say you take that opportunity. If any of these teams have an opportunity to get Aaron Judge, I feel like you should take it.
Yeah, and I think that without Aaron Judge, the Yankees will be a bit sad and lonely as a team.
Yeah. They did lead the league in home runs with 254, but like 62 of those were Aaron Judge's. So
He's he's definitely something of a rising star right now.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Here's hoping that his prime doesn't end here.
Yeah. He's hoping injuries don't fuck him up.
Because like no matter what team he's in, he's a great player.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of teams that have their eyes on him.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of teams do have their eyes on him. Like, not even just these 10 teams that Bleacher Report ranked. I feel like every team, has their eyes.
A little bit in their pockets left.
Yeah.
If they think they got more money than the Yankees, then they're gonna go for it.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if Aaron Judge went to the Pirates. It's very unrealistic. It's very unrealistic that it'll happen.
Even
But
then, I don't
imagine
know
if
what
it
he would do
did.
for the Pirates. The Pirates have decent batters, if I recall.
They do, but they don't have they have good hitting prospects, and they have good young pitchers that are about to come up. And I feel like the Pirates could really make some noise next year. Maybe not make the playoffs, but get closer than they did this year.
Play spoiler.
They could play spoiler, and that's why I'm excited for next year. But I don't think they'll go for Aaron Judge. And if they do, I actually don't know how I would feel. like genuinely, I'd be happy that we have a good player, that like a really good player. But
It's a question of will he be enough to lift the Pirates out of the pit that is NL Central.
Yeah, it'll just be like, okay, but how much money did we waste? Will we be able to sign guys like O'Neal Cruz or Henry Davis in the future? That's basically what's going on in my mind. Like, I would like Aaron Judge.
Makes sense. Generally, it's better to have a bunch of above average players than one really good one.
Yeah. Plus they're prospects, so they could end up, O'Neal Cruz isn't a prospect. But like, he's so good, man. I already miss watching him play baseball.
Well, surely we'll get more of him next year, and we'll also get more of Starling Marte on the Mets end.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he recovered in the middle of the post. It's a shame that like he recovered in time for the postseason. But it's a shame it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter. We shot the bed.
Just goes to show one good player doesn't win games.
Yeah.
Just like Judge and the Yankees.
Yeah.
Judge may be really good, but the Astros have Alvarez. They have what's his name again?
They have Pena.
Yeah, Pena.
They have Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman. You know.
Yeah, like the Astros, they've got the Monstars.
Yeah. The Houston Astros are the literal baseball definition of the song "Welcome to the Machine" by Pink Floyd.
God, yeah.
Like
wait, did you say Monstars?
Yeah, like Space Jam.
You. I thought nobody else would. I thought nobody would remember Space Jam.
What are you talking about? Space Jam's one of the greatest sports movies of all time.
Fucking Monstars, bro.
I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys are ancient.
Man, fuck off.
I mean, I'm older than the rest of you. I'm fucking grandpappy in his wheelchair.
Come on, Scoom, it's time to take your meds.
Speaking of taking our meds, I believe we're almost out of time, right?
Just about, yeah. Actually, how
about we wrap things up?
Yeah, let's wrap things up. That's gonna do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed, and sorry we didn't talk a whole lot about the World Series or the Conference Series, but there's not really much to talk about.
Let's go Phillies!
Yeah, World Series. Go Phillies!
Go Phillies!
Absolutely fucking up, and we'll have a lot more to say about the World Series next week.
When it's
happening.
Get on the ball with SCS Basedball, and with that, we'll see you next time.
Good evening.
Do not have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Damn.